Hi everyone, welcome to today's class. This is Angel Sarabia, and today I want to show you how I created the lesson plan for speaking. Let's start checking here what's the template that I have used. So this is pretty much my template. It contains pretty much the level that we're going to be developing with the students, the range, and the skill that we're going to be using. So for today's lesson, the skill developed is going to be speaking. So all the activities are going to be focused on the speaking part of this student. Let's take a look here, like an overview. We also include the stages or the activities that we're going to be performing with the students, and the assessments, the procedures, who's going to be interacting, and then we're going to have the time. So let's take a look here. So let's start checking the level. So as I mentioned before, the level that we're going to be developing with the students is going to be for basic level. They're not in the intermediate or the advanced level. The age range that we have here, it's pretty much from 12 to 17 years old. And the skill that's going to be performed is going to be the speaking. Then we have the institution name. Here we have it. The teacher's name is also included, and the date for the class that's going to be, or the lesson that is going to be delivered. So the topic that I have selected here, it's pretty much the unit number 2, that it's called I Love My Job. The book or the resource that I'm going to be using, it's the Interchange 5th edition. This is the video resource book. Let me share with you. Here I have it just for you to check it. So this is pretty much the book that I'm going to be using, and this is the unit that I'm going to be working on. So pretty much we have these options, and if you check here some of the activities that are on the book, I'm going to be able to deliver and perform with my students. So this is the book. So let's go back to the template then. The time for this class it's a little bit long, so it's pretty much 100 minutes, so it's 2 hours, almost 2 hours with a break in the middle. So 1 hour and then we have a break. So the description of the students, the learners are students from 12 to 17 years old. They have basic English level, so they can speak and understand basic sentences. So then the most important part is going to be the objective. So for this objective, I have used the SMART technique, and it says, at the end of this unit, the students will be able to perform an oral role play by using the information of one of the people in the documentary watched during this class. This class is going to be a really good one because it has a video on it, so they have to watch the video and then we have to speak about it. So that's going to be the general objective. Then we have the specific one. So at the end of the class, the students will be able to pretty much describe jobs and occupations, which is something really basic. Then they have to give reasons about what a job is important, and then we have an option or an activity that they can ask for details. Is a person likes or dislikes his job or occupation. So the overall focus is going to be to start the conversation, and the resources that we're going to be using is going to be the Nearpath presentation, which is an internet app, and my laptop, and the book that I already showed you. So before going to the presentation, let me go ahead and check here the activity that we're going to be doing. So for the run up, we have a memory game, and this is pretty much the procedure. So as a teacher, I have to explain to the students and this how is going to be this activity. On the game board, there are always two identical images. Start the game by flipping a card, then try to find another card that has the same image as the first. If you can't find a part, the flipped cards will be flipped back with the face down. Try to remember these images as it becomes easier to find pairs. The longer you play, when you find all pairs in this memory, you have completed the level. So it's really good. It's a really good activity. This is something for them to learn about jobs and occupations. And the most important part is going to be that whenever they see the image, they have to say the name of the job or the occupation they're watching. So and the interaction is going to be the teachers and the student, and then it's going to be the students and the teacher. So the material is going to be the Nearpath presentation, which is going to be in the annex number 1, and the time for this activity is going to be 10 minutes. If you want to check it, I just need to click on here, and this is pretty much the activity that they are going to be doing. So these are the cards, and these are the images. So let's go back. For the before speaking part, it's going to be the second part, which is the presentation, and they have to match. We have an activity that it's called match inside and outside. So I have to explain the activity. So students have to look all the images at the images and select who works inside and who works outside and who works in both places. So this is a really good activity because the students have to watch the image and then they have to select if the person works inside or outside of a place. So for this activity, the time it's gonna be 10 minutes. So this is pretty much what they will see. So for example, we have here the clerk or cashier. So they need to say the name of the job or the occupation, and then they need to select if they work inside or outside. In this case, this person works inside the store. This one right here, it's a chef. The chef works inside on a plane, hospital, inside a restaurant cooking, and so on. So you see, it's really it's a really good activity. We will check it in a few minutes then. Then we have for the next part, it's gonna be the guess the story. So I have to give the instructions, and this activity, students prepared to watch the video by using visual information to make predictions about the story. So this is a really good activity. They have to watch the first 25 seconds of the video. Then I have to pause the video. When I pause the video, the students have to tell me what's going to be the person or the occupation that they're talking about. And it's a really good activity. For this activity, the whole class is going to be participating. And for this activity, it's going to be 15 minutes. So, and this is the annex. So they have to watch right here, watch video, and that's it. Let's move on to the next activity. In the same part, in the presentation part, we're gonna be, sorry, this is gonna be the next part, which is gonna be the practice. Get the picture. In this activity, students watch and listen to the video, and they have to listen and repeat the name of the person that is showing on the video. And this is a really good activity. They need to match the name with the occupation. So they have to say the actual name and the occupation. So for this activity, it's gonna be the whole class as well, and it's gonna be for 15 minutes. And this is the image. So it's really good. They have to click right here and draw a line to the place or to the person that it's gonna be right there. Then we have for the next part, it's gonna be the practice part, given reasons. So as I mentioned before, we have a lot of activities on this lesson plan because the class is for pretty much 2 hours. So if we have a class that lasts only 50 minutes or 60 minutes, so it's gonna be half of the activities. So that's why this is a little bit longer than expected. So given reasons, it's another activity. This activity, they have to remember specific details about the jobs in the documentary, and this is a pair activity. For this one, for this activity, they have to speak more with the student, and this is pretty much what they have to do. So they are working in pairs. So they, after they watch the video, they need to select if this image goes right here for that specific person, and right then we have asking about jobs. For this activity, students get further practice with the grammatical structure of the unit by writing interview questions. Then they practice asking and answering the questions in pairs. So again, this is a pair activity. They have to work in pairs, and so they are able to ask questions. I already provided with the 10 questions that they are in the video, and they are able to use them and ask them so to each other. Then pretty much the last activity that it's gonna be the production, it's gonna be the role play. And this activity, they have to role play one of the peoples in the documentary. So it's really good because I already provide them with the script, let's say. So they are able to select in pairs. They have to select one of these one of these scripts, let's say, or one of these people that is going to be in the conversation. And yeah, they are practicing, and at the end when they practice, they are able to show to the rest of the group, and we have to guess what's the person involved on that activity. So it's a really good activity. That's pretty much the last one. And then we have the wrap up. For the wrap up, we have the opinions. So they have to share the ideas and opinions about what we studied today. And there's a little reflection, and that's pretty much the image that we have here. What did we learn today? This is a question that I always ask to my students. Describe one of the job occupation, and this is a really good quote to finish the class. The best way to predict your future is to create it. So that's pretty much what I created here. So if you want to, let's go ahead and take a look here. We already checked the annexes. So this is the presentation that we're gonna be doing. So it's like this. So I'm gonna be doing this real quickly just for you to check. So this is pretty much the agenda and the objectives, and here is pretty much the first activity, the one that I mentioned. Right? Wow, I got a match. So yeah, you see, it's really fun because they have to tell me what's the name of the job, and they have to match. So let's see, you have to match here if he works inside or outside. So it's easy. So for the next activity, as I mentioned before, they are able to watch the video, and they have to select one of these options. So who's gonna be the next one in the, or this is pretty much the video. So the video, it's a short video that lasts 3 minutes. So, and it has all the components. It has images.
How do you feel about your job?
I really like my job. Every day is different, and there are always different problems to solve.
All right, so you see, it's a really good conversation with small conversation. So then they need to match pictures. So they need to see, oh, if this guy is Brian, so I need to put it right here. If his occupation needs a mover, so I need to put it right here. So you see, this class is a really good one. The same here. So they're able to work as a team. So, and that's pretty much what we have for today's class. And so that's pretty much what I have for you as well. So I hope that you have learned a little bit more about how to create a lesson plan, and I hope you have enjoyed this video as well. So thank you for watching, and have a wonderful day. Bye for now.